other starters kind of can rotate between a few different guys, but three in particular that are the staple of this basketball team. We're going to start off with a senior at 6'1", a forward/guard number 0, Ethan Houck. And we listened to the game on the way back on Saturday, and they were playing collegiate. Houck came out 3 of 3 from the three-point line, and that is what his arsenal is consistent of.
Yeah, he can be deadly. Like I said, against Circle here in this building, we also have a kid named Eli Heston, and he's going to guard Ethan Houck tonight. Great matchup. I'll let you go ahead.
Grizzlies versus the Vikings nearing tip-off here in Harrison Gymnasium in the first of two meetings between these squads. 6 minutes and 57 seconds as now we go to our sponsors. This broadcast is powered by Labette Health and the Bartlett Co-op. Also remember these others as we're thankful for each and every one of you. We've got Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Woodworth Community Services, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, Nodine Legal, Tank Connections, USD 506, Wood Doolahary Insurance and Real Estate, Community National Bank, Corner Store of Altamont, Thomas Implement of Altamont, MJ's Burger House, and Farm Bureau Financial Services in the Altamont location, Agent Kendall Hall. As Jack, I'm going to bring you back in now. You talked about 5 matchups that you liked on paper, and I'm going to let you explain those right now to our listeners.
Yeah, and I'm not comparing talent. I'm not putting anybody above the other. These are just 5 potential matchups that kind of support my argument behind why I think this is such a good game and will be a good game and why these teams match up so evenly. We have Eli Heston for us, 5'11", with Ethan Houck, 6'1". They both kind of play similar. They can both get to the rim, but they both specialize behind the three-point line. We have Alex Meister, 6'2". They have Paxton Swanson, 6'1". They both kind of play similar. Paxton goes inside a little bit more than Alex, but I think that'll be a really good matchup behind the line. We have 6' Trent Brock down low, built like an animal, and they have Julius Smith-Reese, 6'1", who's kind of built the same way. They both kind of play similarly. Julius is pretty quick on his feet and pretty shifty and pretty smart down low, so Trent's going to have to keep his brain in check down there when trying to guard the shifty Smith-Reese. Chase Carnahan, 6 foot tall, and they have Jesse Jones, 5'9". 2 quick guards with really quick hands on the ball, 2 good defenders. I think that'll be a good matchup. 5'10" Trey Vincent. They have 6'2" Silas Hickles. I did not realize that Silas Hickles was 6'2". I thought he was more 5'10", 5'11" type guy, but looking on the court, he's a solid 6'2". So he's going to be something that we're going to have to handle, I feel like more so inside than outside, which I didn't think so coming in. But both teams are really good inside and out, and the matchups line up nice.
As Labette County reemerges from the locker room, starters have shedded their tops. We're getting ready for action in Harrison. We're 4 minutes and 22 seconds away. When we come back, we'll have Jack's 3 keys for the Grizzlies to send these Vikings back across the county with an L in their pockets. As we get ready for this one, let's take one final 60-second timeout here on KLKC. Grizzly basketball is getting ready to start. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. We welcome all of our viewers and on the live stream along with those listening here on KLKC 106.7. We're 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from action here in Harrison Gymnasium. Jack, what's the keys tonight for these Grizzlies?
Well, my first one's a little bit different. I don't think I've ever done this one, is draw fouls. I want to see us draw some fouls. I want to have us make Parsons play a way they don't want to and dig into their bench the way that they do not want to, because we've seen us struggle from that. Trent Brock has had to play with 3 fouls. He got 3 fouls in like 4 or 5 minutes in the beginning of the game against Mulvane. So, I mean, I've seen how it kind of has impacted us, and like I said, we line up kind of evenly with them, so let's see how they respond to that. So attack the rim, and put some starters on the bench. Second one is be confident, as in like shooting the ball whenever you're open or driving to the rim. There were a couple times whenever our guards would catch the ball, nobody would be there, and they would either not drive or not shoot. I want to see us either take those shots or go to the basket until somebody stops us, or even if they do lean into them and draw a foul. So I want to see a little bit more confidence from our guards on the outside attacking the rim and taking shots. And the third one's going to be a little defensively contain Smith-Reese, Julius Smith-Reese. If he can get going, that helps their guards even more. I feel like their offense kind of filters around him a little bit. They'll kick it into him, he'll kick it out back to the guards, or he'll try and make a move and score or draw a foul on you. So play smart if you're Trent on Smith-Reese. Keep the fouls low and try and limit him as much as possible.
As there you have it, there's Jack's keys for the Grizzlies to be victorious tonight. We'll go ahead and get you starting lineups here as we have the Labette County Grizzlies on paper. The starting lineup is as normal. The sophomore at 5'10", number 4, Travion Vinson. The junior at 5'11", number 5, Eli Heston. A junior at 6 foot, number 10, Chase Carnahan. A junior at 6'2", number 12, Alex Meister. And now the senior at 6 foot, number 21, Trent Brock. As they get ready for the national anthem, when we come back, or we'll keep it here after the national anthem, we'll introduce the Parsons starting lineup as we will let you listen in as the Grizzly Nation Band performs our national anthem. As the Grizzly Nation Band, that's about the quietest they'll play all night, Jack, as the national anthem was played to pure perfection. They're going to get ready to rock this house. So once again, we will remind you of the Grizzlies starting lineup. It's Vincent, Heston, Carnahan, Meister, and Brock. And for the visiting team here tonight, the cross-county rivals, the Parsons Vikings, it'll look like this. Number 0, a 6'1 senior, Ethan Houck. Number 21, a 6'2 senior, Silas Hickles. Number 23, a 6'1 senior, Julius Smith-Reese. A junior at 6'1, number 12, Paxton Swanson. And then a sophomore at 5'9", a guard, number 3, Jesse Jones. So again, for the Vikings, it's Houck, Hickles, Smith-Reese, Swanson, and Jones. As Jack, It's that time. It's basketball night in Southeast Kansas. It's basketball night here in Harrison Gymnasium, and it's going to be an exciting one. As we get ready to start this one up, let's pause for station identification here on KLKC 106.7 FM. Remember, tonight's broadcast is powered by Labette Health and the Bartlett Co-op. And, Jack, I'll let you thank the rest of the sponsors on this list for making it possible for us to broadcast this game on the radio as well on the live stream.
Yeah, you bet. We have Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Woodworth Community Services, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, No Dine Legal, Tank Connections, USD 506, Wood Doolahary Insurance and Real Estate, Community National Bank, The Corner Store of Altamont, Thomas Implement of Altamont, Farm Bureau Agent Kendall Hall with the Financial Services of Altamont, and MJ's Burger House. And make sure you stay tuned for our post-game show sponsored by Bowen Pharmacy.
As Jack, here comes the Grizzly Nation band. We're both grabbing our headsets and pushing them closer to our ears to where we can hear as it is ready for action. Parsons will start with the basketball with the new rules. So Parsons is in their road blues, gold piping on the side, white numerals with Parsons across the chest. And it's Labette County in their home whites with red piping and red numerals in black outline with Grizzlies across their chest. Here we go. It's basketball time. Jones with it, comes across court. He's going to be guarded by Chase Carnahan. To the right wing, to Paxton Swanson. Swanson drives, kicks it to Smith-Reese. Grizzlies come out in man-to-man defense against these Vikings. They go immediately inside to Hout, guarded by the smaller Heston, and immediately they go up and score as it's quickly 2-0 Parsons.
Yeah, I'm trying to check. I was almost right on my matchups that I predicted, but there's a couple that are switched around.
Heston has the basketball, kicks it up top to Alex Meister. Meister hits a cutting Vincent. Vincent then looks inside to Brock. He'll kick it to Carnahan. Carnahan drives, kicks to Heston. Heston pump fakes. Hickles is on him. Ball to the left now. It's Meister guarded by Swanson. Meister will pull it from the top of the key. Misses wide left. Rebound Smith-Reese. Parsons out in transition. Here comes Hickles. Back pass to Houck. He'll drive in the middle, kick it back to Hickles. He'll drive baseline, working against Vincent. They try to go inside to Smith-Reese. It's deflected by Meister. Heston takes it away, coasts in, and has it stripped going up as Jones gets a hand in to poke it out for the Vikings.
Here on our possession prior to this one, Chase made a nice move and got all the way to the paint and then kicked it out. I would have liked to have seen him take that floater and be a little bit more confident in his drive.
As it is Heston with it at the top of the key. He'll kick it to the left to Chase Carnahan. Smith-Reese is guarding him in this matchup as it's now Meister with it, guarded by Swanson. Inside to Vincent. He'll put up the floater. No good. Trent Brock pulls down the rebound. Carnahan's going to launch a long two as the toe was on the line. It's knotted up at two, and here come the Vikings quickly as the ball's already across half court. As Jones launching a three of his own, he'll connect it. 5-2 following the three from Jesse Jones.
That shot here by Chase is that confidence I was talking about. I don't think he would have shot that against Mulvane, and so it's nice to see him let one fly.
Vincent kicks it over to Carnahan again now. Carnahan will survey, get it to Heston. Jones pops out on Heston. Heston looks to drive. Jones playing swarming defense as they'll give it up now to Vincent. Vincent works middle, and he's going to drag the pivot foot and travel. And this Parsons Viking bench is rowdy here early as they're feeding the energy into this starting five.
Yeah, and that transfers over more so negatively to us rather than to them, because you can just kind of hear them starting to get loud, and then you get a little bit nervous and nobody wants the ball.
Hickles brings the ball up here for the Vikings. Not a traditional post player like we would have thought, but he's handling the basketball here for him as it's Swanson. It's going to be an illegal screen against Smith-Reese as he tried to sell it off. And it's going to be his first foul of this ball game. Labette County basketball here, 5:42 to go in this first quarter, and it's 5-2 Vikings.
Yeah, and maybe my foul trouble key may be starting to come to life. If he gets one more, here's a three here by Eli.
Heston launches a deep three, cannon from about 25 feet.
That's
It's
deep.
good for Eli Heston. 5-5 the score, and here come the Vikings.
I don't think our prediction on our game being close is going to be wrong. This is going to be a good one.
Not so far. As Hauk picks up his dribble and hits a back-cutting Swanson. Swanson takes one dribble, goes up, and is fouled from behind. As the Grizzlies had him stopped dead in the tracks, and then they all of a sudden ran into him with the body.
That was nice help defense by Trey, though, and what might end up being a good foul depending on how these free throws go.
Swanson's first free throw is up and short. One more to come here for Swanson, the Vikings. It's knotted up at 5 here early. Second one is up, rolls around the rim and out. No box out, though. Smith-Reese comes away with it. Hits a cutting Jones. He'll put it up and miss it strong. Rebound fought for. Smith-Reese comes through it again. 4 Grizzlies had a chance at it. And Smith-Reese will go right at Chase Carnahan. And Carnahan put in a position he shouldn't have been in, as Brock, Vincent, and Meister all had a chance to corral that basketball along with Carnahan.
Yeah, and I think Trent's having flashbacks of 3 fouls in the first quarter, because as this first free throw falls for Smith-Reese, as he had an opportunity, which it ended up being a smart move because he missed the layup, but he went straight up rather than trying to swat and could have gotten the rebound.
As Smith-Reese hits one of the 2 free throws, this rebound's tracked down by Trent Brock. 6-5 the score. Team fouls at 2-1, Labette County with 2. As here's a lazy pass nearly taken by Hickles. As Hickles, the post player, is guarding Eli Heston. I'm assuming more for the length more than anything.
Right.
As it's going to be Meister with it in the corner. They're trying to get somebody, and now Carnahan's going to come get it, guarded closely by Smith-Reese.
Interesting matchup there with Carnahan and Smith-Reese.
As Heston drops it over the top of Hickles to Vincent. Vincent guarded by Jones. Now back to Heston it goes. Heston goes inside now to Brock, back to Heston. He's going to bring it back left, dive in, pull up over Hauk. Leaves it just a touch short, rebound by Swanson. Here come the Vikings quickly the other way, as Swanson's going to turn it over as it's taken away by Carnahan. And here comes Carnahan and the Grizzlies. Carnahan looks backside, has a wide open Trey Vincent to lay it in. What an assist by Carnahan to draw 2 offenders and dump it to Vincent. 7-6 Labette County. Jones on the attack, blows by speed. No good. Rebound Carnahan, and the second foul against Julius Smith-Reese, and it is a big one.
Maybe for once I spoke something into life. But no, that was a nice defensive play there by Chase and a nice outlet pass. I thought maybe he was going to hold on to it and let the defense get back, but he made a nice decision, skip pass into Eli, and that was a very nice backdoor by Vincent.
As Smith-Reese is going to have to check out with those 2 personals, it's going to be Malachi Gatewood, the 5'7" senior, checking in for the Vikings. As we'll see what the Vikings go to now on defense. It looks like they're going to put Malachi Gatewood on Heston, just face guard him completely. As Heston now has the basketball, and Gatewood looks a little shifty as Heston does a little step back, gets a little separation. Now Meister drives on Swanson. He goes up and under and in. Give the Grizzlies 9 and the Vikings 6. Here comes Hickles and the Vikings. As they drive, they're going to kick out to Hauk. He'll launch a 3 of his own, can it, and just like that, the Vikings respond. 9-9, back and forth we go. It's boxer night here in Harrison Gymnasium.
Yeah, this is a good one, and I tell you, Alex Meister is a great basketball player. He's matured so much, controlling the ball really well, and he can score inside and out too.
Ball goes inside to Vince. He's going to put up a little running floater, misses it just a touch strong. Rebound by Jones, as Jones now will circle it back as Labette County gets him to stop in his tracks. Hauk with the basketball working against Heston. As he'll set it back up top of the key. He's going to try to drive. Kicks it out now to Hickles. Hickles is going to launch a 3 and miss it long. Rebound backside. What a box out by Chase Carnahan, holding off Jesse Jones as Jones picks up a foul here, trying to jump over the top of Carnahan, as that is the 3rd team foul against the Parsons Vikings.
Yeah, that was, if you're a coach, that's exactly what you preach, and it's got to be good for Argerbyte to see a solid box out there by Chase.
As it's 9-9, as ball comes over to Carnahan, guarded by Hickles. Carnahan will drive left, circle back right now, looking for Heston, gets it to him. Gatewood on Heston. As Heston gets a step on him, stops, spins, puts up a fadeaway, leaves it just a touch long, and a foul against Trent Brock, as I believe that's going to be Trent's first personal foul here, and it's going to come with 2:14 remaining in the first quarter, and the score is knotted up at 9-all.
Well, Trent's 2 fouls and a little bit of time ahead of where he was against Mulvane, but he's played smart basketball, and he's done a really good job defensively. And he had to have shoved off the back because I didn't see anything from where we were sitting.
As Hickles has it guarded by Brock. Hickles going to drive into the chest of Brock. Great defense as he's going to kick it out to Gatewood. Gatewood now top of the key to Swanson. Swanson dribbles left once and kicks it over to Houck. Houck trying to find a seam. Great double team by the Grizzlies. Out to Swanson, inside to Hickles. Uses the body inside into Carnahan and puts it up and in. Vikings take a 2-point lead, 11-9 here with 1:30 remaining in this first quarter action.
Really good feed there by Swanson. We weren't really ready for that. We were off just one beat there.
Ball kicked out to Carnahan. He'll launch a three in rhythm. Misses just a touch to the right. Rebound by Houck, and the Vikings are out in transition once again, and they don't really take much time as Jones is just going to pull up for three. It all in one motion and sink it. 14-9. Vikings extend the lead. Grizzlies got to find an answer now.
Yes, we do. We need to answer because watching basketball enough, if we don't score here, they'll probably go hit a shot and we'll call a timeout. I've seen it too many times. We need to score here.
Carnahan with it, working against Hickles. Hickles trying to take away that right hand as now they'll kick it to Meister. Meister drives left, circling, looking for Heston. They'll get it to him. And a foul called as they're going to get the foul on number 1, Malachi Gatewood, as he is harassing, and I mean literally harassing Eli Heston with the hands.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different harassment than we saw against Mulvane because he's not near as big as Abasolo, but the ball pressure is amazing.
Up top to Heston. Heston using the screen. He's going to pull up for a three and can it. Eli Heston is on fire. 2 of 2 here tonight, and it's 14-12 Vikings. Grizzlies now down by just 2.
And that was off of a ball screen.
Houck now left open. He's going to answer with a three. It's going to be 3 for 3 here against Heston and Houck as they're going to duke it out here in Harrison Gymnasium. 17-12, 23 seconds remain here in this first quarter, and it's been a fast-paced one, Jack.
Yeah, and it's lived up to the expectation. I mean, this is kind of what I pictured would happen.
As it's Vincent on the left wing, kicks it up top to Carnahan, now over to Brock. Brock surveys, they'll get it over now to Heston on the right wing. He'll hit Meister. Meister's going to launch a deep three of his own. I don't think he was aware of where he was as he leaves it just a touch short. 2 seconds on the clock, 17-12. Labette County going to pick him up full court. That way, they don't get a shot. And a half-court heave from Hickles is long and strong, as now, at the end of the first quarter, it is the Parsons Vikings 17 and the Labette County Grizzlies 12. Let's pause for a 60-second timeout here on KLKC.
Just like most of you, this year's been quite different at Wood Doolahary Insurance.
We learned to Zoom.
Daniel, what are you wearing?
Khakis. And we social distance.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
First substitution of the game for Labette County, and it's going to be number 3, Griffin Eaton, replacing Alex Meister on the floor. It's Vincent with the basketball at the top of the key. Smith Reese back in for the Vikings. Inside it goes to Brock. Brock's going to go up and be fouled by Hickles, as that's going to be his first and the Vikings' 6th team foul here in this first half, as they are just 16 seconds in here in the second quarter. Brock steps to the line for 2 shots. First one is up, rolls around every side of the rim and falls out. as he'll step to the line for the next one. So starting the second quarter, it's Carnahan, Vincent, Brock, Eaton, and Heston. Second shot from Brock is up, nothing but nylon. 17-13, Vikings coming up the floor. Jones with the basketball, Hickles to his left. Swanson on the right side, and it's Houck and Smith-Reese inside. Houck pops up to the top of the key and gets the basketball, hands off Swanson, shuffles the feet, traveling violation against the Parsons Vikings.
Yeah, and I think the end of that quarter was one of the best things that could have happened for us there. We needed a free timeout, but we didn't have to call one, and Eli is looking like he came out of that with a little bit more vengeance there on Houck.
As it's Carnahan with the basketball, they're trying to get it to Heston. Now Swanson's guarding Heston, and it's going to be Heston with it, kicks it to Eaton. So the Vikings have put 3 different people on Heston so far in this one, as they've got a foul inside for an illegal screen against Eli Heston as he was moving, trying to make sure he got the guy. So that will be Heston's first, I believe.
Yes.
And that is the team's 4th here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty clean. Both teams have played smart, but that 2 on Smith-Reese is what stands out the most to me right now.
Hickles with it. He's backing up, guarded by Vincent. They're looking to go inside, not there. As now it's Swanson driving against Eaton. He'll kick it over to Smith-Reese. Smith-Reese guarded now by Brock. And a 3 from Houck, and it goes halfway down and back out as Labette County dodged a bullet there as Eaton has it coming across half court. Eaton's going to go all the way to the basket, dumps it backside to Trent Brock. Brock misses the 2-footer, and what a pass by Griffin Eaton. Brock just was not able to finish it.
Yeah, he went behind the back. He spun, went behind the back again, and then threw a hook pass over his head to Trent. It was a dime. Shot almost fell.
As Swanson goes inside to Smith-Reese, working against Brock. Great defense by Brock,
Great
not
defense.
letting Reese breathe. As they're going to have 3 seconds in the lane against Julius Smith-Reese, and you can thank Trent Brock for that violation.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Defense was great. All 5 in white have played great defense here to open up the second quarter.
6:16, 2 minutes into this second quarter. And it's 17-13 Vikings. Ball to the left wing to Eli Heston. He's going to drive left, nothing there. Backs it back out, hits a cutting Vincent. Vincent goes in just too strong as he had the layup. Ball poked out from behind as Houck's being harassed. Now they're going to get it to Jones. Jones off to Hickles. Hickles is going to drive against Vincent. Great cutoff by Vincent. And now a cutting Jones into Brock. And Carnahan has it tied up. And Coach Howe does not like it, but great hands by Chase Carnahan. The basketball will stay with the Vikings.
Yeah, Chase loves going after the basketball, and that time it paid off for him.
As they're looking to get it into Smith-Reese. Brock keeping his hands straight up. They'll skip it backside to Paxton Swanson. Inside to Hickles. He'll work against Vincent. Goes underneath the rim. Kicks it out to Houck. Houck's going to drive. Skip it across court now to Swanson. Swanson trying to drive against Eaton. Eaton doing a nice job moving his feet. Now they'll hand off to Houck, and Eaton gets it stripped out as Eaton gets the fingertips on it and pulls it out of the hands of Houck.
Yeah, that was a bucket-saving deflection there by Griff. Houck was probably going to make that layup there, so another nice stop here. We're hanging in there.
As there is 17-13 to score. Ball inbound to Smith-Reese. Brock is late, and he will pick up the foul, as that will be his second. Smith-Reese will head to the line for 2 shots, and that'll be 5 team fouls now against the Grizzlies here at the 5:32 mark in the second quarter. Shot up from Smith-Reese is up and in. 18-13, 1 to come. Still not as much substitution as we're used to seeing from this Grizzly bench, as now we're going to see, as on cue, Easton Hodge is set to check in for the Grizzlies as he's making his way to the table, and he will replace Trent Brock. 19-13 to score. 5:32 remains in this first half. And it'll be Vincent running the point guard position for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, we haven't really had a horrible offensive session here in the first quarter and a half. It's been pretty good, and we've taken good looks.
As Vincent splits the double team, working against Houck, goes up and into Houck. Houck blocks it, no foul call, as Vincent thought he was. As Smith-Reese comes into the lane now, goes up and connects on the layup, and it's immediately 21-13. Grizzlies down by 8. They've got to get a bucket to settle this Parsons Viking run.
Yeah, and if we don't, we can't let them get out in transition. We're going to have to slow this down a little bit. Parsons is playing at what the speed they want to.
Eaton launches a three just a little bit to the right. Rebound by Smith Reason. Here comes the transition. Hickles loses it, though, and Griffin Eaton hands it back off to Heston. As Heston will bring it across the half-court mark here, 21-13, halfway through this second quarter. And it doesn't feel like this game has ever really slowed down for either side. A running floater by Heston, just a touch long. Rebound by Carnahan. It's Heston 4-3 off the backboard. Rebound tracked down, though, by Griffin Eaton. What hustle. A floater in the lane, leaves it to the touch to the right. Rebound Hickles now of the Vikings.
That was a really nice possession there by Labette County. We got 2 offensive rebounds, which you always want to see.
Swanson wide open for 3, leaves it long. Rebound backside as Hodge is there. He pulls it out, and now it's going to be Eli Heston with it. A 30-second timeout here by Coach Argerbright and his squad. We'll take it with him. 30 seconds on KLKC.
When it comes to choosing the best health care for yourself and your loved ones, there are other hospitals.
And then there's our hospital.
The difference is that while other hospitals will care for you,
We will actually care about you.
Other hospitals make decisions based on what's best for their bottom line,
While we do what's best for our community.
If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there.
but if you're looking for the best hospital, it's here.
And here.
When award-earning care is as close as this, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
At Labette Health, we center around you.
21-13 the score here, officially right at halfway through this second quarter, as Alex Meister checks in replacing Trey Vincent. 21-13, ball over to Carnahan. He thought about the three, as Gatewood still harassing Eli Heston and staying right on his hip, as now they're going to have a 3-second violation against Easton Hodge. And one player that Coach Argerbright has a lot of excitement for, but Hodge just hasn't connected the dots yet.
Yeah, he got away with a weak rebound down here. He needed to hold on to it a little bit more, use that pivot foot, clear out a little bit, but he'll get there. He's a good athlete.
As it's number 3, Jesse Jones driving, hanging, and scoring. 23-13, down by 10 are the Grizzlies. They need to get on a run here to close out this first half. Heston drives, puts up the layup, rolls it home. 23-15, and Houck pleading for a travel and did not get it. Heston may have got away with one there.
Yeah, and Coach Houck told Gatewood the way that they're going to get back into this game quick is if Heston gets hot, so follow him wherever he goes, and he slipped a little bit, and Heston took advantage of it.
Houck now gives it up to Gatewood. Gatewood hands it off to Swanson. Swanson looking inside for Hickles, nothing there, as he'll hand it back off to Gatewood now. Gatewood's going to drive, get in the lane, got away with a step, and kicks out to Swanson. Swanson will hit the three, and that's a dagger on Labette County following the travel, as they're going to have a timeout. Vikings 26-15. It's a full timeout. Let's take 60 seconds here at the 2:49 mark in the second quarter.
I'm a patriot and a mechanic, which means I know the difference between a symbol and a tool. The American flag is a symbol of everything that I would die to defend. This is a tool. It says nothing about my politics. I wear it to protect the people that I love. We have a job to do, and this is the right tool for that job.
– 26-15, and Coach Argerbright just used that full timeout for, I think, the purpose of chewing on his team a little bit and trying to motivate them to say, let's go. As they're down by 11, there is going to be a clock issue, as they're going to have to re-inbound the basketball here at midcourt.
And the last time Coach Argerbright used a timeout to do that, and he was harping the same thing that he did, take a charge, was against Circle, and I think we all know how that game turned out.
It's going to be Heston kicking it to John Redford, who's checked in now for Labette County. As they're going to try to go to Meister, and Redford nearly throws it away, but he corrals the tip pass. As Redford gets it back now to Meister, guarded closely by Smith-Reese. He's going to drive left, kick it to Redford. Redford takes a dribble now, guarded by Hickles. Gets it up top to Eaton. Eaton now drives middle through the hands of Meister. He corrals it again, though. Labette County sloppy here now in the second quarter as they're struggling to find a place to get open, as now Eaton has the basketball, and it's poked out and off the leg of Griffin Eaton. Labette County's offense has become purely stagnant here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and honestly, on that possession, I give the credit to Parsons. Their defense was amazing on that possession. They made us nervous.
2 minutes remain here in this first half, and it's 26-15. Jones with the basketball. He drives right, gets in the lane, puts up a floater, and he is fouled by Trey Vinson.
Yeah, Trey's got a habit of keeping his offhand. He'll have one hand in the air, usually his left, and the other one's usually riding that defender, and they'll call that most of the time.
As that is the first foul against Trey Vinson. Jones's first shot is up, in and out. 16 fouls against the Grizzlies. Next one puts the Vikings in the bonus here for the remaining 2 minutes, as there's only 5 team fouls against the Vikings. Jones's next shot is up and in. 27-15 Vikings. 12-point lead. Grizzlies got to find something now on the offense. As Hickles is now back on Heston, he'll kick it over to Meister. Meister drives left, has it stripped by Jones, and here come the Vikings as he'll dump it backside to Swanson. Swanson takes a dribble now, kicks it back out to Hickles, over to Houck. Houck now to Jones. He'll launch a three, leaves it just a touch to the right. Rebound fought for. Hickles pulls it down, as Hickles is guarded by the much smaller Heston. Ball goes in over to Smith-Reese. Now Hickles is going to post up Heston. Immediate double team. Now Smith-Reese is going to cut. Brock cuts him back off. Great defense by Brock. Now Jones inside, searching, kicks it out to Hickles. He'll launch a wide open three, and it's going to be a jump ball as the ball wedged between the backboard and the rim.
That was a good possession. I mean, if you're a Parsons fan or Coach Hack, you're not upset with that possession. They got 2 good looks. We're going to have to pressure the ball a little bit more away from whenever our defender doesn't have the ball, we're going to have to be closer to him than we are now.
Eaton with it at the top of the key. He searches, gives it over to Meister now on the left wing. Meister up top to Brock. Brock searches now, looks, gets it to Heston. Heston guarded by Hickles. As Heston goes inside to Eaton. Now Eaton has to corral it. Eaton to Meister. Meister's going to drive. Smith-Reese tries to poke it out from backside. Ball on the deck loose, and it's going to be a held ball to the Vikings.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to take some. In the first quarter, our shot selection was nice. We were taking shots that were there. We were getting to the rim and making some and barely missing some. But I haven't seen that here in the past few minutes of the second quarter, or if any of the second quarter. So we're going to have to find a way to get those shots back.
As Chase Carnahan checks back in for Alex Meister. 40 seconds remain here in this first half. It's 27-15 Vikings. Jones with the basketball, guarded by Carnahan. As it comes over to Hickles, it looks like the Vikings are going to hold for the final shot of the half. Next, coming out of the half as of right now, will be Labette County basketball. Clock down to 20 seconds. Hickles still with it, working against Vincent. As he'll hand it off to Jones now. Jones guarded by Carnahan as they're at mid-floor. 11 seconds now, now 10, now 9. They're going to clear it out for Jones and let him go one-on-one with Carnahan. As Jones looked to get away with a carry, and they're going to say a holding call against Chase Carnahan.
Oh, that's a 1-and-1.
And it is going to send Jesse Jones to the line for a 1-and-1. And Augerbright's asking for it, but Jones got his hand fully under that basketball.
Yeah, he did.
And no carrying violation was called. First shot from Jones is up, rolls in and out. Rebound, Carnahan up to Heston. Heston squares up. He's going to launch his half quarter. It was on line just a touch short, as at the half here in Harrison, it is the Parsons Vikings 27 and the Labette County Grizzlies 15. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have your halftime stats.
If you want to help others, then join Labette Community College Dental Assistant Program to place yourself in a field with rewarding income potential, job growth, mobility, and a career that's ever-changing. Start today for an engaging career, which may serve as a starting point to become a hygienist or dentist. Earn a certificate in as little as 9 months or an associate's degree in dental assisting in as little as 2 years. Earn your dental assistant degree for as little as $119 per credit hour. Call today to find out more about this exciting program being offered at the LCC Cherokee Center near Pittsburgh.
It could happen any time or place. You feel a tickle in your face. You move your arm feels weak. The words won't come when you try to speak. Folks may think it's all a joke, but it ain't no joke. It's a stroke. Face, arm, speech, time.
That spells fast.
Better call 911. At Strokes First Sign. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast.
In an emergency, take me to Labette Health.
Really hot. Then in the fourth quarter, Eli got even hotter and got us the win. So I mean, the second half here is going to be big, and you know what they say: the first 4 minutes, 3 minutes of the third quarter is huge because Parsons either goes up by 20, or we tie it, or get within five or 6 points.
Yep.
So the first 3-4 minutes of the third quarter is going to be huge.
As we approach 6 minutes till the start of our second half, we'll see what the Grizzlies have in store here for us come quarter number 3. Let's take one more 4-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get ready for the start of action here in Harrison Gymnasium. So 4-minute break here on KLKC 106.7 FM. in Harrison Gymnasium. We are approaching 1 minute and 26 seconds away from the start of second half action as the Grizzlies are trailing the Parsons Vikings 27-15. As Jack, you said it already, but these next 3 minutes are huge for Labette County. Parsons can easily turn this game into a 20-point game, just like you said. And Coach Arkwright does not want to see that. I'm sure he emphasized that to his squad in his halftime break.
Yeah, and only scoring 15 points in the first half. Most of the time you're going to be down at half if you only score 15 in it. So we're definitely going to have to find a way to get up there and score 40 or so, because I doubt that Parsons just scores 13 here in the second half. So we're going to have to find a way to get from 15 points up around the 40s, 50s range, kind of like we did against Circle. But we're going to have to get up there.
As it is 28 seconds, and finally I can hear myself think again as a Grizzly band. The drummers in particular are over there just pounding as long as they could heading into the start of the second half. As now it's 27-15. Here come the Grizzlies as they'll get ready with the basketball. As the same starting lineups as before for the Grizzlies: Vincent, Heston, Meister, Carnahan, and Brock. And for the Vikings, it's Hickles, Swanson, Jones, Smith-Reese, and Houck.
Yeah, I wonder if we see any new defensive schemes. I doubt from Parsons, but I wonder if we see any different scheme from us. I don't think so, but I just wonder.
As it is Heston at top of the key, he kicks it over now to Carnahan. Carnahan has the pass deflected off of Smith-Reese. A near turnover for Labette County, but they are able to corral it. Remember, this broadcast is powered by the Bartlett Co-op and Labette Health as we get ready, as we're just now starting this third quarter. Vincent calls out the play. Here comes Brock with the screen as Jones is able to avoid it. Great defense by Jones, but Vincent able to turn a corner and get around them both as it is a score for Vincent. Labette County back within 10.
Yeah, and Smith-Reese was set and ready to take a charge. A nice job by Trey avoiding that obstacle.
Ball goes inside to Smith-Reese. He backs down. Brock goes up and scores it. Right back to a 12-point lead are the Vikings.
And I can tell you what Coach Houck, on the other hand, told his team. He wanted to get Julius more involved. He just had one field goal there in the first half, and he's looking a lot stronger and more aggressive already.
As there is a turnover by the Grizzlies. Swanson steals it over to Hickles, dumps it into Smith-Reese, and a foul by Carnahan as Smith-Reese is going to head to the line for 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's already having a huge impact here, but a really nice pass there by Swanson to advance the ball up the court, and then a nice feed over to Smith-Reese on the blind side.
First shot from Smith-Reese is up and in, 29-17. Or 30-17, correction. As next one is up from Smith-Reese and in. The lead is growing here for the Vikings as Labette County has to find an answer, and here quickly. As Heston comes across half court with the basketball, surveys the floor. He looks over at Meister, nothing there. The defense from the Vikings has been really good, and a foul here against the Vikings as it's going to go on. Number 21, I believe, Hickles, as that's his second here of this ball game.
Yeah, and Eli gains so much respect from the other team because he's so hard to guard. They help him up off the ground. They hit him on the butt if he falls down, and, good job, man. He gains so much respect.
Vincent drives, kicks it out to Carnahan. Now it's Heston with a Heston double team, gets it out of it to Carnahan. Carnahan drives now, searching, gets it back to Heston. He's going to drive. Euro step floater and connect it for Eli Heston. Coach Houck just throws his hands up. 31-19. Grizzlies need to start combining some stops here to get back into this one.
Yeah, there's really no way to defend that. It's just a nice move there by Eli.
As ball into Houck. Houck pulls up, misses. Rebound, fought for, pulled away by Trent Brock right out of the hands of Smith-Reese. And Grizzlies come back the other way. It's Vincent at the top of the key. He kicks it to Heston. He's open. He's going to launch a three around every part of the rim and out. Smith-Reese tracks it down, but it's taken away by Vincent. Vincent now searches, gives it to Brock. Brock backs down, kicks it to Carnahan. He'll take a long two around the rim and out. Rebound Houck, and here comes Jones and the Vikings.
I like that.
As we've got a timeout by the officiating crew, and it's going to be Ethan Houck coming to the sideline. I'm not sure what's going on. He's immediately heading over to the training table to Chris Brown. I don't know if it's an ankle injury, but they're making a substitution. The ball will be out on the sideline as it is going to be an ankle, so Houck's getting his ankle looked at by the trainer here at Labette County, as it will be Gatewood checking in for the Vikings. Ball at corner to Hickles. They're looking inside for Smith-Reese. Brock just got to stay straight up. Long three from Swanson. Around the rim, out over the backboard, and it's Labette County basketball here as they're going to start to slowly climb back to that 10-point deficit.
Yeah, and that was a good look there by Parsons, and I'd like to see us do that. They threw it into the post, kicked it back out, and he was wide open. Wide open. It's amazing what that can do. So I'd like to see us toss it inside and kick it back out.
Vincent with it on the left side, uses the screen from Brock as Brock delivered a big screen. Open three for Heston. He launches it and connects it. Eli Heston looks over at Coach Houck and smiles as it's 31-22. Grizzlies having a comeback here, down 9. As this Gatewood with the basketball, hands off Smith-Reese. Smith-Reese drives, kicks, long three for Jones, and he's going to respond right back to Heston's three.
I grabbed my pencil right when he shot it, I'm ashamed to say. He's a really nice three-point shooter.
A cut by Meister, not there. Now they're going to give it back to Heston. Heston working against Gatewood, goes between the legs, kicks it to Carnahan. Carnahan gets a screen from Heston. Back up top to Meister. Meister pump faked on Jones. As now Meister surveys, gets it to Carnahan in the corner. Carnahan now dribbles, now double team, looks, now gets it to Heston. Heston working against Gatewood still. Gatewood stays right there with him, and a crossover gets Heston free, and he's going to be fouled by Gatewood on the arm as Heston's making Gatewood's life miserable here for the Vikings as he'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, Eli's taken over. He's taking this game in his own hands at this point, and they're going to say that foul was on the floor, actually. He was in the air shooting. But they're going to say it's on the floor, so we'll throw it in here.
As ball's inbound, doesn't make much sense. Meister misses the 2-footer. Brock rebounds. Brock didn't come down with it. He tried to shoot it in midair and misses. 34-22. I don't know how you can say it wasn't in the air on the shot. They're going to say it was not, and it's a rebound on the other side by Meister, and he's fouled. As Coach Argerbright still can't believe it as his hands are on his head.
Yeah, he's hung up on. We missed 2 2-footers right here. Nobody was guarding us, and we missed 2 2-foot shots.
As Houck makes his way back into the game, replacing Gatewood. As he looks to be taped back up on that ankle underneath his sock. 34-22, Vincent with it at the top of the key for the Grizzlies. Drives left, kicks it to Meister. Meister has Carnahan in the corner. He'll give it to him. Pump fake on Smith-Reese. Goes behind the back, loses Smith-Reese, pulls up from inside, leaves it just a touch short. Rebound by Jones. He'll kick it over to Hickles, and Hickles will bring it up the floor for the Vikings.
It's kind of like a hidden rule. Anytime you break somebody's ankles or get them to shift off of you, you have to shoot it.
As it's going to be a traveling violation on Swanson as he got his pivot foot mixed up. Turnover, Vikings. As Labette County still has an opportunity to get within 2 or even single digits here as there's 3:33 remaining here in the third quarter. Heston with it on the right side. Blows by Hickles, up and under, off the body and in.
Oh, baby.
On the board for Eli Heston, 24-34. And it's going to the corner for Swanson. Pump fakes a 3 and drives. Stops on a dime, kicks it to Jones. Now backside to Hickles. He's going to drive against Vincent. Dumps it inside to Jones, and Jones connects for 2. And Jesse Jones has been what's keeping helping Parsons keep Labette County at arm's length.
Yeah, he's got 15 points. He hadn't done much homework on Parsons, but he has impressed me a bunch.
As Meister once again misses another 2-footer, got all the way to the rim and was not able to finish. As Meister now picks up a basket on the opposite end of the floor, more of a frustration foul for Alex Meister.
Yeah, and Trent did a great job creating that open shot there for Alex. He sealed off his guy.
As a long full court pass to Smith-Reese, no good as he tried to elevate over Trent Brock. Labette County with the rebound, 36-24. Meister with the top of the key, gives it off to Heston. He'll launch another 3 and connect it for Eli Heston. And this kid is literally lava hot here in Harrison Gymnasium. It's a full timeout. Coach Argerbright It's the Vikings 36, the Grizzlies 27. Let's take 60 seconds on KLKC.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches. We could do capsules. We can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
(36-27), Vikings in the lead. Grizzlies just got the lead into single digits as Smith Reese has in the corner, kicks up to Hickles. He's going to travel first before putting the ball on the deck. Turnover Vikings, and it's Labette County basketball once again here with 2:17 remaining.
Now they've got Swanson here on Heston.
They've literally switched it 3 different times.
Yeah, they have. Whenever somebody's that hot, which he is he had, 28 on Circle, 23 on Bonner, and he's at 18 right now with 2:17 to go in the third quarter.
As it's Vincent with it, bringing it across the floor, 2:13 to go here in the third quarter, 36-27. As they're running a play for Heston, there it is, pump fake, side step, 3-ball, long and out of bounds as they got the look they wanted.
Yep, that's a good look.
As the Grizzlies ran a set play right out of the timeout.
Yeah, that's a fine look, fine miss. He had made two in a row here, so that's a fine miss, and he'll keep shooting the ball. He won't think about that twice.
As it's Jones kicking into the corner to Hickles. They're looking for Swanson inside. Now Houck's going to try 3. He's going to elect not to shoot it. Ball comes back up top by Hickle.
Yeah, Parsons is trying to throw a counter punch here. They ran kind of a similar play, a double screen for Houck on the 3-point line.
As ball goes to Smith Reese at the top of the the free throw line on the right side now, out to Jones. Vikings content running their plays until they get the look they want. As Jones is guarded closely by Carnahan. Looking for Smith Reese, they'll get it there, and they're going to run the same play they just tried to run for Houck and were not successful. Hickles, though, is going to elect to drive, and he's going to get the foul and 1 opportunity here for Hickles and the Vikings, as that's going to spread the lead back to 11. As the and 1 opportunity is no good by Hickles. 38-27, Grizzlies trying to strike back again.
We get a bench warning here on Labette County.
As the official had enough of Argerbright and gives him a bench warning, so Argerbright counters with the clapping of the hands. So 38-27, the book has it wrote down.
Oh, I love basketball.
As now Vincent's going to inbound it to Alex Meister. Over to Heston now. Heston looks inside, nothing there. Up top to Carnahan. Carnahan continues to survey. Over to Vincent. Vincent's been fairly quiet in this one, so is Meister, who has it now at the top of the key. And Meister's going to draw the foul on Julius Smith-Reese.
Yeah, and what may help get Eli a little bit more open other than ball screens is Alex Meister. If he could hit a couple, they're still going to stay stuck like glue on Eli, but it would just help a little bit. We have an offensive foul here on Labette County on the inbounds.
As an offensive foul, and it's going to go. Clock has been running. Clock has not stopped, and it still has not stopped.
Should be about 51 seconds.
They do catch it over here. As Meister's going to check out with the 3rd foul, and Griffin Eaton's going to check in.
Yeah, that's hopefully, I think it should be around 51 seconds they should put back on. They're at 40 right now. Okay, they put 49.
So they're at 49 seconds, what they reset the clock to, only lose a couple seconds off the time. As Hickles is going to bring it up for Parsons. Lead is still at 11 here for the Vikings. Hickles is at the top, guarded by Trey Vinson. As they'll kick it over to Smith-Reese. Smith-Reese up top to Swanson. 32 seconds now on the clock, still 11-point Viking lead. As Swanson drives by Eaton now, kicks it back out to Hickles.
I think Parsons is going for one shot here.
As they're known to do that at the end of quarters. As Hickles is guarded closely by Vincent. As Vincent's trying to get that 5-second call. As now Hickles loses Vincent. Vincent hits the deck. They'll kick it to the corner to Smith-Reese. And a 3-second violation against Ethan Houck. As that will set the Grizzlies up here with 9.2 seconds. With an opportunity here to cut this lead to single digits once again.
We need to make him pay for that, because let's just assume he makes that 3. If we can respond, that's a 6-point swing.
So 7 seconds on the clock. Vincent with it. He's going to drive, get in the lane, up and under, and score it. Trey Vincent, blow by speed, turnover. Griffin Eaton at the buzzer. We're going to say he did not get it off in time.
I thought they were calling a foul. Oh, my.
So at the end of this third quarter of action, it is the Parsons Vikings 38 and the Labette County Grizzlies 29. Let's take a 60-second timeout on KLKC. Grizzly basketball setting up for a very, very entertaining fourth quarter. 38-29, Vikings with a 9-point lead. Grizzlies trying to claw back as they finally got it back within single digits. As Jones has the basketball coming across the timeline for the Vikings. As he'll look to get it to Hickles and does. Hickles drives right on Vincent, and they're going to give Vincent for a hand check. This can be out of bounds. That makes the Grizzlies, I believe, 5th team foul. As indeed it is. It just goes on the board, and that's Vincent's second. As now ball is inbounded to Paxton Swanson. Swanson surveys, drives right, looking for Houck, and they're going to say a traveling violation. Shuffled his pivot feet.
Yep.
And now it's going to be Grizzlies coming back the other way. It's Heston with it. Kicks it to the corner to Carnahan. Carnahan saves it from going out of bounds, walking the tightrope down there. As Vincent now has it, kicks it to Heston. Heston's going to drive, stop, give it to Griffin Eaton. Eaton drives now in trouble, gets it to Vincent. Vincent looking for an area, and he's going to get called for a traveling violation as his feet are just moving a little too quick right now.
Yeah, and Eli's still got warm hands because after that whistle and everybody was walking back, he shot it anyways and hit nothing but net. So he's still itching to get another look up.
Jones with the basketball. Got away with another carry. He's getting his hand completely under that ball, and they're not calling it. As now Hickles drives, dumps it inside to Smith-Reese. Smith-Reese somehow gets it up and in. What a finish there by Smith-Reese as he finishes through contact, through traffic. And that's going to be the 4th foul against Chase Carnahan. And here comes Alex Meister to the table.
Nice cut there by Julius. We were all focused down there on the ball, that we lost him behind us, and then once he caught the ball, we were all out of position.
As it's 40-29. Parsons' free throw is no good. Rebound, though. Meister gets out-rebounded by Gatewood, and Gatewood gives it to Houck, and Houck cans it. 4-point swing on the Grizzlies because of no box out. As now it's Heston with it. Gives it over to Eaton. 43-29. Grizzlies have got to start climbing back now. And a turnover forced by the Vikings swarming defense. As here comes Paxton Swanson back in for the Vikings as he will replace Hickles. And so Silas Hickles will head to the bench and Swanson will come in.
A lack of boxing out and rebounding has slowly risen its head throughout the night. It has hurt us more than we may realize.
As it is Jones at the right of the key. He dishes it backside. Now to Julius Smith-Reese. He'll give it up to Swanson. Spread motion here for these Vikings. Pass and cut, maybe some screens, as here's a screen for Smith-Reese. He'll pick up his dribble after a couple, and he'll give a backdoor cut to Houck. Houck has the ball stripped. Smith-Reese will come down with it, and he'll go back up, and he will miss. Rebound pulled down by Eli Heston. He's been pursued from behind. He'll go up and lay it in and finish. Eli Heston looking smooth here tonight. 43-31, and Heston, I believe, is over 20 points now in this ball game.
Yep, right at 20 as of now. I'll double check here real quick, but he's having a nice game.
They get Alex Meister for the body. They're going to say a hand check is what they're actually going to call him for.
Yeah, rebounding has just killed us. We saw yet another offensive rebound there on that possession for Parsons. But off of free throws is whenever it has hurt us the most. They've had 3 offensive rebounds, I believe, off of missed free throws, and they've scored off of 2 of them. So it's definitely hurt us down there.
As Jones gets ready to go up for the free throw attempt, and it is up and in. 44-31. Vikings lead has swelled to 13 as Meister checks out, and John Redford has checked in. Jones's second free throw attempt is up and in. 45-31. Grizzlies have got to find an answer, and they've got to go quickly as time is now down to 5:45 remaining in this one, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Trent Brock as he hesitated on the pass and turned it over. As it's Parsons basketball now. Hickles with it. Redford's guarding Hickles. As Hickles drives left, nothing there, now kicks it over to Swanson. Grizzlies are going to have to go out now and guard as Parsons is going to be content running their offense and running the clock down. As Heston's up on Jones. Jones gets away with the travel again. Then they'll kick it over to Smith-Reese. Smith-Reese out of control, and a charge against him as Trent Brock takes it. As that is, I believe, the 4th foul on Smith-Reese as he will exit this ball game. And Ethan Houck will come in to replace him.
Coach Argerbright had been wanting somebody to take a charge all night long, and Trent finally does here with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Heston dribbles it back out after trying to drive, now gives it to Griffin Eaton. Eaton drives, kicks it back to Heston. Heston now looking for some space, step back, kicks it over to Redford, now up to Eaton. Eaton a high post to Vincent. Vincent spins, miscommunication with Heston, but Heston corrals it as he finds some space. Fadeaway jumper, leaves it just a touch short. Swanson with it now, coming back the other way for the Vikings. As clock approaches 4:30 remaining. Grizzlies trail by 14, and a deep 3 from Houck, and he will can it. Ethan Houck is on fire tonight for these Vikings.
The mullet is on fire right now. That is an extremely impressive mullet. I'm going to have to give it to him. That's a nice, look at it. That's insane.
It is a nice mullet. I'm sure it looked good in a football helmet if that's why he grew it out. As they go inside to Redford, and Redford's going to draw a foul as Jones tried to jump over the top of Redford, quite literally, to grab that basketball, was not able to. As I believe that's going to be Jones' second, or it's his 3rd is where Jones is at, as that is team foul number 6 against the Vikings. So next one puts the Grizzlies in the bonus. Clock at 4:13. Grizzlies trailing by 17 now. Ball inbounded to Heston. Heston's going to have to get fire again and finding some open shots, or somebody's going to have to join him in the offensive parade. As it's Redford now at the left wing, goes inside to Trent Brock. No answer, though, yet for the Grizzlies, as now it's Heston with Heston pump fakes. He drives, and they're going to get a push against the Vikings, as that's going to go on Hickles, and Heston's going to head to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, I love that post-entry pass there by Redford to Brock, but Trent just took one dribble and didn't go anywhere and picked it up immediately. And he had an ISO after everybody cleared out, so I would like for him to kept that dribble alive.
Heston's first free throw is up and rolls in.
21 points for Eli.
As the next one to come, as it is up and good. 48-33, 3:57 remains, as Jones has the basketball and Heston's staying right on his hip.
Yeah, they're going to have to start taking some gambles at the ball.
As Jones kicks it out to Swanson, he'll launch a three and he'll leave it short. Rebound, Trent Brock. Brock out to Redford. Redford up the floor to Eaton. Eaton somehow saves it, goes back towards the rim and finishes it. 48-35. And a timeout for an injured Viking, because I don't know if it's a cramp by the way his leg looks. It looks a little tight, like he's got a calf cramp. Is that what it looks to be, as Jones will check out and Gatewood will check in. Ball inbounded to Smith-Reese, and they'll give it to Paxson running the floor. Swanson has it stripped. Off his leg it goes. Turnover Vikings. 48-35. Grizzlies got to continue to go here. 3:27 remains, and it's a timeout by the Parsons Vikings, as it will be a full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds here on KLKC.
Just like most of you, this year's been quite different at Wood Doolahary Insurance.
We learned to Zoom.
Daniel, what are you wearing?
Khakis. And we social distance.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
.38-35, Vikings in the lead. Remember, this broadcast is powered by Labette Health and the Bartlett Co-op. We also want to thank the other sponsors on tonight's list.
Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clements Insurance Agency, iCare Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Woodworth Community Services, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette County Mental Health Services, No Dine Legal, Tank Connections, USD 506, Wood Doolahary Insurance and Real Estate.
As it is Trey Vincent bringing the basketball up the floor here for the Grizzlies. 3:20 remains in this one. Grizzlies got to continue to get something going on the offensive side. Heston with the basketball. He'll launch a deep three, leaves it just a touch long. Rebound by Julius Smith-Reese, as now Houck has it. Looking up the floor now into the corner to Hickles. Hickles will drive, goes up and under and misses the two-footer. Rebound Smith-Reese, and it will be Griffin Eaton that comes in to strip it from behind, but he's going to get called for the foul, and it will be 2 shots here for Julius Smith-Reese.
And Parsons they're kind of playing like they're down, which I don't. As this first free throw is no good by Smith-Reese, which I don't hate in their perspective because I'm not a big fan of playing conservative. But they're kind of playing like they're down, and it cost them a little bit of their lead because they had rushed a few shots.
His next shot from Smith-Reese is up and in, hits the second end of the free throws, as it's 49-35, 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this one. Grizzlies not out of it yet, but they've got to go quickly as they get it to Heston. Heston working against Hickles, gives it inside to Vincent. Vincent will drive, go up, miss the two-footer. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings, as now the Vikings will have the ball, trying to find the next wave of scoring for them. as there's a timeout over here. Coach Houck saw something he didn't like. He's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here and read off the rest of our sponsors.
Community National Bank, the Corner Store of Altamont, Thomas Implement of Altamont, Farm Bureau Agent Kendall Hall with the Financial Services of Altamont, MJ's Burger House, and make sure you stay tuned here before long for our post-game show brought to you by Bowen Pharmacy.
As the Grizzly Nation band begins rocking again here at Harrison Gymnasium, trying to find some energy for these boys, as it is 2:34 remaining, and the Grizzlies have got to do it now, Jack. There's no more time to waste. Carnahan on the bench with 4 fouls. Meister not having a great night, so he's on the bench. And we've got Griffin Eaton, John Redford, Eli Heston, Trent Brock, and Trey Vincent on the floor. So 4 quick guards for the Grizzlies. As it's going to be Hickles inbounding, and a near backcourt violation there as he got really close to it. As Jones has it, gives it over to Hickles, now guarded by Redford. Inside to Smith-Reese, it goes, and a double team comes, and the Grizzlies poke it out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a nice double team there by John to leave Silas and go help Trent with Smith-Reese, because at this point we need anything that we can get, even if that means leaving a Viking open, because we need the ball in our possession, not theirs.
As Carnahan comes in the game and replaces John Redford. So Carnahan with 4, we'll see what they do now. As ball inbound, near steal by Vincent. He thought he almost had it, couldn't quite corral it. So Swanson has it at the top of the key, guarded by Vincent. Swanson will hand it off to Jones. Jones will survey the floor and get it over to Smith-Reese on the right side. He'll hand it off to Houck. Houck guarded by Carnahan. 2 minutes remaining in this one. The Grizzlies got to continue to play pressure defense. As Houck will drive, he's out of control, and it's a charging violation. He goes right into the chest of Trent Brock for yet another charge, as Houck will check out, and Coach Houck is not happy at all.
Yeah, because he knows what we can do. If we hit 3 threes, we're in the ball game.
As now it's Trey Vincent driving, kicks to Carnahan. He'll launch a 3. That would have helped as a rebound secured by Trent Brock, and he lost his balance and the ball went out of bounds.
Coach Argerbright tried to call a timeout, but the ball was already out of bounds, so they couldn't give it to him.
As Vincent is now on Swanson. Swanson across the timeline. As he'll hand it off to Jones. Grizzlies have got to get up. They've got to come with a double team. And a steal here by Eli Heston. He'll lay it up and in and good. 49-37. Grizzlies got to continue to pressure. As Jones has it, makes him pick up his basketball is Eaton, and now Gatewood gets around Vincent, and Gatewood's driving, kicks to Swanson. Swanson will go up and connect on the 2-footer, and a timeout by Coach Houck here, as it looks like he might use all of his timeouts. 51-37 the score, 1:22 till this one is over. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. And Jack, I know the Grizzlies, it's almost to that point now where it's almost too much to come back. But again, you talk about how hot shooting this team can get 3 threes, and it's right there to ball game real quick.
Yeah, that's true. And if we need to. It doesn't matter how well we shoot the ball. It does, because we need to score points. But it won't matter if we don't get a stop on defense, or if we create turnovers, because they've been shooting the ball pretty well from the free throw line. They've only missed 6 free throws, and they've shot a lot. That sounds like a lot of misses, but they have shot a lot. And on our side, we only shot 2 in the first half and 4 in the second. So we haven't done the best job of getting to the line, which would have made this deficit not quite what it is.
Trey Vincent with the basketball, bringing it across the timeline for the Grizzlies. They've got to go quickly, as they can't waste too much time. As now they're trying to get to Heston. Heston's jersey's getting pulled on. They aren't calling it, as that's Hickles' way. Heston's going to launch a massively deep 3, no good. Rebound secured by the Vikings, as we're now under 1 minute till this one will go final. As ball goes into the corner, and a loose ball, and it's going to be off of Trent Brock. As Brock now will continue to stay on Smith-Reese. 54 seconds remain in this one. The Vikings are leading 51-37. As it's Smith-Reese with the basketball, kicks it out to Swanson. Swanson's going to drive, pull up, and connect from inside the lane. 53-37, Grizzlies with it. As they will give it to Griffin Eaton. Eaton will now kick it to Carnahan. Carnahan will drive, go into the lane and not connect, and Trent Brock tries to save it from going out of bounds. And another sub coming in for the Vikings. It looks like Coach Hauck will just empty his bench and pull everybody out of the game. So an all-new 5 here for the Vikings as everyone comes off.
Yeah, and the effort hasn't stopped at all from the Grizzlies side. On defense, they're still going after the ball. Trent Brock was just on the deck. We're still diving for balls out of bounds, as Trent just did there. So the effort has not stopped, as I didn't think it would at all.
As it's the Vikings, number 2, Trey Mack, a freshman, hands it off to Gatewood. Gatewood now into the corner, as it is number 10, another freshman, Landon Rowland.
They're big.
As they've got some big freshmen on the floor for these Vikings. As there's a drive, and Gatewood will hand it off.
Ooh.
And it's blocked from behind by Trent Brock. As that was Zach Cohen trying to score it. Vincent will go coast to coast and miss the layup. 2 seconds on the clock, and that one about describes this one, not finishing at the rim. Final score here at Harrison Gymnasium, it is the Vikings 53, the Labette County Grizzlies 37. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We come back, we'll have post-game stats here in Harrison Gymnasium.